NFL Mailbag time. We go live every single Monday and Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you guys are always tuning in. Teams in the AFC that could win a Super Bowl from Rashard Lee.
I think, obviously, the Chiefs and the Ravens are your top two contenders there. I think outside shots for Steelers and the Titans in particular.
Yeah, I would say those are probably the top four teams. But, again, it's the NFL. Anything crazy can happen. But if you would ask me the top four teams, you just mentioned all four.
Rashard, Bill's also kind of in that Steelers-Titans, but maybe
I'm not going to go
It depends
Bills.
on which Josh Allen.
I was just going to say, Josh Allen that started the season off, he was great.
They might be in that first tier.
The Josh Allen we've seen the last 3 weeks, it's not been good whatsoever. Yeah. Let's go to the praying otter. Tom Brady in the MVP race. He is absolutely in.
Yeah, I think he will be.
Top five.
I still think he's behind the likes of a Russell Wilson, maybe Aaron Rodgers.
See, my only thing with Rodgers is he beat him head-to-head, and I mean, Brady's been rolling the last
Brady
week.
has gotten hot as of late, which is a really good sign for the Bucs and for him. I think Allen's kind of fallen off there. Kyler Murray's in that discussion. Mahomes is still in there as well.
Brady's number 4 for me now.
I think he's in that discussion, though, for sure.
Next question coming in from Vincent Miller. Should the Cowboys go for Colin Kaepernick to keep the season alive?
What, you think Kaepernick's going to come in and suddenly fix everything? Like, are we really viewing that either? I'm not sure if that's a statement of how overrated we think the Cowboys are or how much we're overrating Kaepernick. Guys, the dude hasn't played in the NFL since 2016. He's not going to come in and be like, oh, yeah, we got it. He wasn't that great with a bad Niners team. This Cowboys team is bad, too. It does not actually fix anything. Like, it's a fun storyline. It's a fun idea, but it doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah.
Like, Kaepernick's not going to save anything here, so no, I don't really have much interest in that. It's a fun, like, headline, but I'm not going to fix it.
Josh McKay I guess should the Giants trade Evan Engram? So this was a report out there. It was also kind of squashed. I don't honestly see the Giants doing it, but for an Evan Engram fantasy owner, I would absolutely love it.
It's an interesting idea because I think it's pretty clear that the Giants don't have a great feel for how to use Evan Engram.
Which is a shame. I love his talent.
They're trying to use him like Jason Witten way too much, and he's not Jason Witten. What is he great at?
Running, catching, yards after the catch.
Vertical inseam threat, and that's not really how they've used him. He hasn't been properly utilized, so I think the Giants would listen. I don't think they'll trade him unless they get at least a day 2 pick back, and with how much time he has left on his contract and a good tight end class coming up, I don't think that they get that.
Austin Field, who is going to trade for Alshon Jeffery? Man, I'll tell you what, I would not want my favorite team to go out and trade for Alshon Jeffery. He is a cancer in the locker room. He is making way too much money, and he's banged up with injuries. I don't know who's going to want him.
I mean, the Eagles are trying to trade Alshon Jeffery, but the issue is they've been trying to trade him for months now. I mean, Jeffery was the source of a lot of leaks coming out of that locker room, which is a huge problem for him. The contract is not team-friendly for a trade like somebody else. Doesn't want to take on his money left. He's still coming off of injury. I don't think there's been a lot of interest in him. In fact, I think there's been no interest in him. So Eagles can try. I don't think that happens, though.
So let us know down here in the comments section. Name a player who you think could end up getting traded. The NFL trade deadline is on November 3rd at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be doing a lot of shows here at Chat Sports, so make sure you guys are subscribed and tuning in. I see somebody going with Carlos Dunlap. A lot of Dunlap starting to come in. Got to vote for Jarvis Landry. OBJ, nope, probably not going to happen. Sam Darnold, Everson Griffin. That'd be a pretty interesting one. Dance Holloway.
Clearly says Dane Holloway.
I can't read.
No C
Matthew Judon to Seattle. Love this question.
No, I don't think it happens, in large part because the Ravens are still using Matthew Judon. They wanted a second pass rusher. They wanted to pair Judon and Yannick for this season. So maybe in free agency, you might see it happen, although I think Judon might be able to get more money elsewhere. I don't see the Seahawks, or the Ravens, giving away Judon right now. Unless it's such a ridiculous offer, they have to say no. I don't think it happens.
Next question coming in from America's Team. Make sure you guys are using hashtag NFL or Super Chat. Clay Matthews to the Cards. Would he be a good pickup? Predict his stats.
I don't think you're going to see Matthews. Look, Denver Broncos explored Clay Matthews, and that ended up not happening. The Cardinals just traded for Marcus Golden. That's their Chandler Jones replacement. So it could still happen, sure. I'm not going to get my hopes up for Clay Matthews, though, to Arizona.
Vincent Miller, what is the most Houston will get for J.J. Watt? I think it depends what team he goes to. Like, if I'm Pittsburgh, I'd be willing to give up more for J.J. Plus, that's where I would love him to go to join his brothers. But, I mean, a second round?
I think a second is about fair. I would wonder if Watt actually means more to his own team and his city than just settling for a second-round pick. If I had interest, that's a team that's what I would explore. I'm just not sure it's going to end up happening. So I think if you're Houston, you're saying we want a first or no. But other than that, I don't know.
Go ahead and hit that big red button. So if you guys haven't, please do it. Dylan wanted me to read something like this. You hitting that? Are you? You hitting that? All right, so if it's a little bit creeping you out, it's all good, but all we want you to do is hit the big red button that says subscribe. If you're looking for the best NFL coverage on the internet, we try to have a little bit of fun here as well. Go ahead and subscribe, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Nope, not at all. Mystic, Michael Thomas, or Julio Jones to the New England Patriots. I don't anticipate either of these players getting traded, but if you were to ask me who I'd rather have, it's Michael Thomas.
Yeah,
I'll take Michael Thomas.
He's kind of been a diva as of late.
He's been a diva, sure, but Julio Jones is banged up. He's over 31, and I'm taking Michael Thomas.
I think I'd probably go Michael Thomas, but those teams aren't trading those guys to the Patriots. Like, I don't think Julio Jones is going to get a lot of a first-round pick, which Patriots shouldn't trade because that might be a top 10 pick right now.
Yep.
And I don't believe the report that Michael Thomas was available.
False.
That's not right.
Coolish Ferret 37. Do you think that the Bears should trade for A.J. Green to get him a fresh start in Chicago?
Not at that cap hit. And I think this is the
Bears fans would go nuts if you go out and trade for A.J. Green and you don't extend Allen Robinson.
Yeah, it's kind of an issue as well. I think that a trade for the player of A.J. Green is an interesting idea. A trade for the contract of A.J. Green is kind of a non-starter for most NFL teams. He hasn't been that good this year. Kind of bounced back in the past couple weeks, but even though the Bears could use another receiver, save that money and pay your actual number one guy in Allen Robinson. So if you want to sign him in free agency next offseason, sure. I don't think right now is a great fit for him, though.
Coolish Ferret, we appreciate the question. Hopefully, y'all, if you're looking for some new NFL gear, we got you covered, and this is one heck of a deal. If you go to chatsports.com/salute, you can get Salute to Service gear, which has just been released by the NFL, for up to 50% off. So let's say you really like wearing camouflage, right? We got long sleeve, we have hats, there's jerseys. The jerseys, a lot of them, Tom, I've seen for $49.99.
Yeah, it's a good deal, man.
Brand new gear. There's also gear from like 2018. I mean, look at these hoodies.
That's timeless, baby.
I'm a big fan of camouflage, and you can get all of this.
That's the 2019 version. That's why that's why that hoodie is 50% off.
I mean, so is this Rams.
Deal, man.
This Rams jersey is the 2019 version. But again, this $49.99 for an NFL jersey. Chatsports.com/salute. Also, the proceeds go to Salute the Service. So take advantage of the deals while they last. I know last show we sold a bunch of stuff, so I can't guarantee that it's going to be around forever, obviously. So take advantage of it while the deals still last. Chatsports.com/salute. Jake Peters, Mitch, are we making moves on the Raiders this week? PG, Dunlap, Harrison, Reed. We need change. I've been trying to get Paul Guenther fired the entire day. If you were to ask me which player is the most likely to join the Raiders out of Carlos Dunlap, Harrison, and Reed, I'd probably go with Carlos Dunlap because of the connection there with Paul Guenther and the fact that John Gruden said that, hey, we need to add some players on the defensive line. Isaiah 6, how do you rank the NFC West quarterbacks?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Jared Goff, Jimmy Garoppolo.
I might flip Garoppolo and Goff, but they're both not really all that great. I think it's pretty clearly Russ and then Murray, and then honestly take your pick between Goff and Garoppolo. Do I get their coaches as well? Because if I get their coaches, give me Shanahan.
Oh, sure, I'll take Shanahan over McVay.
If I have a good offensive line, maybe Goff because he's bad under pressure.
Who would you rather have in the Super Bowl, Garoppolo or Goff?
Pass.
Exactly. All right, we'll stick here with the NFC West, the best division in football. Who's going to end up winning it? Type S for the Seahawks, C for the Cardinals, R for the Rams, or type 4 for the 49ers. I'll tell you what, man. This one's going to come down to the wire, and I love the NFC West because they just beat
year.
the crap out of each other. The Cardinals just beat the Seahawks on Sunday Night Football, 37-34 in overtime. So type S for the Seahawks, C for the Cardinals, R for the Rams, or give us a 4 for the 49ers. The Ultimate Sports TV, Adam Thielen to Cleveland for a 2nd and a 4th with OBJ going down.
It's an interesting idea. I think the value's probably around right. Maybe even you could ask for a little bit more if you're Minnesota. Mid-season trades don't net you the same cost as an end-of-season trade does, though. The issue for Cleveland's side of this is this, really.
Yep.
All of a sudden, in a scheme that loves to utilize 2 tight ends, you've got Thielen, Landry, and Odell Beckham. Pick 2. I don't think it makes sense to have 3 highly paid receivers in that particular offense. Now, of course, Thielen is a little bit less because the Vikings just paid him. I think the value's about right. I think Cleveland should explore it. I think in the end, looking long-term, makes more sense for them to add a rental receiver. Maybe look at the Houston guys. But if Minnesota wants to just get draft picks, shop Thielen.
Next one from OG, that one boss. What wide receiver should the 49ers try to trade for? Marvin Jones.
Mohamed Sanu, bring him back again? I'm kidding. I think you call about Julio because of the familiarity with Kyle Shanahan. I think you get told no in the end.
Yeah.
Maybe Adam Thielen could fit really well for San Francisco if you want to go with the big name. Other than that, I keep going to Houston here. And Houston has a lot of receivers who they don't need all of them. 3 of them are on expiring contracts. I'd explore that route if I was San Francisco.